In this video I'm doing my first solo wild camp in the woods. I'm camping, failing to make a fire, cooking, running out of water, but it all ends up fine. Also, midges everywhere. So today I'm doing a little one night solo wild camp. Nothing huge, just something to get a wee bit of practice in. I've just done my hike and I need to find a campground. I'm sitting at 1:20 and the sunset is in about 3 hours, so it's about 4:15. So I don't think I'll have much trouble finding a campground. I have seen some spots along the way to get here, but let's see what we can find. So on the way to this spot I did see some nice flat bits that looked kind of ideal. Looks quite good. Nice and flat. So with the low profile of the tent, it sort of goes at an angle. The highest point's 85 centimetres. I think the best option for me is just to play around with it when I get the footprint out and I can just see what it looks like and how it is. So let's get that going and see how it goes. All the sticks out of the road. And my pegs. I think these pegs are really quite good. I got them dead cheap. I'll link them in the description, but I have seen a fair few warnings about them on the Amazon listing that says they can cut your guy ropes, and some people also said that they do bend. I've not really experienced that yet, so we'll see how they are. The cool thing about this tent as well is the inner only has 4 peg points. So the way that you're supposed to pitch it is peg one end of the tent, so you put 2 pegs in, you put your poles in, you latch them in, your little hooks, pull the other end tight, you peg that, and then you put your outer on it. Now I can get my sleeping bag set up, get the rest of my stuff in and chill out for a wee bit. Right, I'm going to put my sleeping pad and my sleeping bag down, and that'll be kind of the tent done. It's not the easiest thing to get in here. There's also midges absolutely everywhere, so they're a wee bit of a nightmare, but I'll be fine. So that's my sleeping pad. It's a little like crappy thing. and there's absolutely nothing special about it. Doesn't really have a good R value, it doesn't provide any heat. It's just a mat that's meant for sleeping on. So it's my dinner. I've got salmon, I cannot wait for it, and broccoli. Got my frying pan. I'm also in two minds about doing a fire tonight. I don't want to, but if I do get too cold I think I'll have to, which isn't ideal. I want to keep my impact as minimal as possible. And then my sleeping bag, lovely, is the Van Gogh Microlight 300. It is a fantastic sleeping bag. I've used it once. It's fully recycled materials. It's got a comfort rating down to 1 degree, which is fantastic. Tonight we're meant to hit 4 degrees I think. I'm usually a bit of a cold sleeper, so this will be a good test for it. See how it does. So that is the sleeping bag all set up. I am going to get out and I think I'll grab a small bit of firewood for my little stove, a tin can. I'm looking forward to that. Just while it's light I might as well. So we've got some mist and fog rolling in now. It looks absolutely stunning out here. This fog that's rolled in is coating the whole area. It's almost like a wee valley in this area. It is really, really nice. Look at that. Just fogging up the top of the trees. I'm going to see what shots I can get. The fog is beautiful. It's lovely. I've spent the past like half hour just chilling out and taking some photos. It just looks, it's amazing, and it rolled in within about 5 minutes. It looks great. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of wood for my little stove with my axe. That looks quite good. Got some dead vine roots, I don't really know what you would call that. Let's see how this goes. Give me the fright of my life. Really dry deadwood. Really small bits. Pain au chocolat. So what I've done to give myself a decently level platform is I've skinned a little bit off of this tree and just made a little indent, and it means that whenever I'm sticking the wood in I can use another piece and I can split the wood to get my kindling. Just like that. There's some more kindling. Oh, that was a sore one. I think that should be enough firewood to get my dinner cooked and keep me a wee bit warm. So it's about 10 past 4. The sunset's meant to be right now, and I can tell because we're losing quite a lot of light. It's really overcast and foggy though. It is really dense. Over behind me you can see it's really dense fog. I have enough firewood to make a small fire. I'm going to avoid doing that as much as I can unless I get too cold tonight. For now I'm just going to use the stove and I'll stick to that. But if I do need and want a fire, I can have one because I've got enough wood and I can cut up more. I've still got the majority of this dead piece of wood that I ripped down earlier, so I'm not sure if I want my dinner right now either. I feel very indecisive about that. I'll maybe get the stove out and get it started while it's still light. I say stove, tin can. I'm calling it the stove, it feels better. I'll maybe get a little torch out while I'm here. Clean up this area first so I've got a nice wee spot to cook on. I think I'm actually going to dig a small hole right here, or a divot in the ground for the can to sit in. What I was trying to say here was I want to get some sticks so I can make a seat and sit on the ground, but out of nowhere a murder of crows came flying above me and perched on the treetops. I'm pretty confident that that murder of crows isn't happy that I'm here. I've got some dryer lint and cotton balls soaked in Vaseline. Now, I want to try the dryer lint just for a bit of fun. So I've got my steel and my ferro rod. So let's see how this goes with the dryer lint first, because it was Luke on the Outdoor Boys channel that had said that it's actually an okay fire starter, so I'll chuck some in there. I've got a big ball of it, so I'll chuck some in and I'll see how it goes. There we go, lovely. It does work, it just takes a wee bit of effort. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting, that'll be hot. We're going to move over to the Vaseline cotton balls. There we go, lovely. The fire's dying down a wee bit. Oh, the fire's just out now. So the tin can fire has pretty much failed. Smoke just started billowing out of the tin, so I've moved a little bit away from the tent and I'm just going to make a normal fire. By the 6th attempt, I was quite a bit worried and a little bit worn out. The dinner that I was having that night fully depended on me having a fire. I can't seem to keep this going. This is not good. I've got like 2 cotton balls left as well. I think I need to prep some more kindling and break it down a little bit more. So what I've opted to do for the fire, because I can't get it started, is make some wood shavings, and then I'll cut up some dry bits of wood. This thing going and see if it works. Yeah, 2 cotton balls left. I think this one's a big double one. Shavings on. That'll catch fire, and then I'll move on to my tiny bits of kindling that are here. This should be okay. So I've actually went ahead and gathered some fat wood with the axe. I've got 1 cotton ball left, the wood that I've got left, and I'm confident I'm going to make a fire this time. It's 7:15. I've been at this for like 3 hours. Here we go. Try a bit of fat wood. Oh yes, come on. I'm just going to get in there with bigger and bigger bits of fat wood. And hopefully they can kind of keep it going. Finally. It only took me to use fat wood. I don't know if that's a saying, but if you can't start a fire with fat wood, I think there's something wrong. It was so gratifying to sit and just watch the fire. After 3.5 hours of failed attempts, sitting beside it was quite nice. It's 25 to 8. I want my dinner very, very badly. Oh, let's get food made. So looking forward to this. You have no idea. Salmon. You know, I could have brought tin foil and just smoked the salmon and the coals. I was expecting a sizzle there and it was completely silent. Listen to that. I just hope I don't give myself food poisoning, that's my worry. And there better not be any foxes wanting my dinner, because they're not getting a thing. I've only ever cooked salmon at home, like in the oven, I've never actually pan fried it, and I never thought that in the middle of the woods would be my first time pan frying it. I think they're all cooked now. Look at that. I can't tell if that's cooked, and that's frightening. It's definitely cooked. So I've had my salmon, and honestly I don't want to make the broccoli. I feel like I just want to lie down. I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up, my rubbish and whatnot, and I'll get the fire put out, and then I'm gonna get in the tent. Right, I've got everything in the tent pretty much, and all that's left to do out here is just put out the fire and make sure it's out. That is a lot of water I've just used. Maybe about 750ml. I've used nearly a whole litre there actually, which is a lot. I'm not confident that that's enough, so I'm going to put some more over it and see how that goes. The fire is all out, all dealt with. Time for bed. Right. Oh man, I'm ready to lie down. So the foxes also came by again, and they gave me a fright. They gave me a really bad fright. They came by on the ridge up there. It seems like there's a bit that they know they'll be loud at, and it's like a bunch of branches will move and break, and it seems like they know it's that bit, so they just run. Or that's where they got a fright from me twice and ran. So I screamed at them. I didn't scream, but I did shout really loud. I just want them to leave me alone, because I'm not familiar with foxes. I know it's unlikely that they would attack you. I'm aware of that. I know that it's highly unlikely, but you know, I'm not so used to being out in the dark, so I'm trying to get used to that. And I've also managed to get another night with moonlight, so I'm just going to get all comfy, get a fresh pair of socks on, and get in my sleeping bag and chill out. I'm not confident I've drank enough water today. That's something I'm a little bit concerned about. And I used a lot of water on the fire, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of care on that in the morning, because I don't know. I don't know how big it is. It's not huge, but I just need to be vigilant on that, and if I have to use more water on it in the morning, I do. Ideally I don't. I have put a lot on it tonight to try and make sure it's out, so, and I did check it with my torch and stuff, so I just want to be confident it's out, and then I can bury it in a hole, and it'll just be coals and no embers, and make sure it's out. So got my wee hat that I never wore. Like that. I can go down there. I've got a spare pair of socks in case I'm cold, so I will keep them in the bottom of my bag so that they're nice and warm if I need them. Time to get in. I'm also wearing 2 quarters at the top, so they'll keep me nice and warm, hopefully. nice to get to just lie down. Oh man, I feel like today's went quite well. It's 25 to 10, so not bad timing. I got here at maybe 1 o'clock, I think. 20 to 1 maybe? I don't know, sometime around then. So it's been quite a long day. As long as I don't get bothered by the foxes, I should be fine. If they do come by, I will absolutely yell at them as loud as I can. I just don't want to make noise that's quiet enough that they feel comfortable to come close and like investigate. I'd rather just make loud noise so they just make the association of like, don't go near that then. Anyways, I think it's good timing for me to go to bed. It's 23 minutes to 10 and I'm aching and tired, so I'm going to put the lens cap on and try and get a good night's sleep. Good night. Good morning. It's coming on at 7:15. I had a bit of an interval sleep, but it's the best sleep I've had camping so far, so that's a plus. I need to get ready and get up. I think the sunrise is happening as well, so there's quite a bit more light coming in now. I'm gonna get some warm clothes on and get out of the sleeping bag and get ready to go. So for breakfast, although I did bring eggs, I'm honestly not confident enough that I could manage to start a fire to even cook them. I ran out of cotton balls last night and I do have toilet roll to maybe start a fire with, but honestly I don't want to. I think I'll just have extra snacks this morning. Get ready and then hike out, and that'll be me. The sleep last night was pretty good. I woke up only like 2-3 times maybe, and I was pretty warm as well. The sleeping bag did quite well. I only woke up once, just starting to get cold. I could tell I was gonna get cold. That was maybe about 2 hours after I went to bed, and all I did was just close up the drawstrings a wee bit more on the sleeping bag and I hit up fine. So, and then the other times that I woke up, I think there was a noise nearby or something, and the other time I just kinda woke up a little bit, but it was an alright sleep. It was pretty good for what it is. It was alright. So my plan is my plan is to pack away my bag, kind of empty out the tent. I'm not entirely hungry, so I'm just going to have a little snack or something like that, and then I'll get the tent put away and then I'll head off. At the minute I'm sitting at 23 minutes to 8. I'm not entirely hungry, if I'm being honest, so I'm just going to pack away my bag now and clear out the tent and then get the tent put away and head off. So I'm just about sitting at 20 minutes to 8. I'm not entirely hungry right now, so my plan's just to pack up the bag, clear out the tent, get the tent put away and head off, and I'll maybe eat while I'm hiking. My G's are awake as well. Nice to know they're up. Yeah, also before I leave I'm going to dig a hole. I'm going to cover the fire pit in wet soil, just to make sure it's out the way. And it's actually out. I've checked around the base of it for any heat spots and I can't find anything, so I'll just cover it in dirt. I've really enjoyed this trip, it's been quite fun. Quite unnerving, to be honest. This has been my first solo camp in the woods that I have actually followed through with, so yeah. Anyway, I've got my bag packed. That's a thing that I would take note about this tent that I don't actually like too much, is the outer. Obviously the outer in a tent will build up the condensation from your breathing, but it's quite bad with this tent because whenever you open up the outside vestibule, like the door that I've got open now, it tends to fall down and it falls onto the inner, so the condensation just gets on the inner. But I think I'm going to actually do it because I don't necessarily need to be covered up right now, and it's not going to benefit me in any way. I'm just going to take the outer off, and it means that when I'm in the tent I don't need to worry so much about the inner getting wet and then having to dry that when I'm home. So I'm just going to take the outer off, get it out the road, and I can pack my bags and stuff without any issues. So I'm all packed away. The only thing I need to do is clear out the pools in the fire pit. All done. You never ever would have guessed where I slept last night. I think my body heat has actually dried the leaves on the ground. So that's me all packed, ready to go and heading off. All I'm gonna do is take some photos of the fog that's rolling in, and I'll be off. Here's some more photos I got for the rest of the trip. If you made it this far, thanks for watching the video. Drop a like and subscribe if you like, you can always change your mind. See you next time.